I'm Michaela Lafrac, and these are the highlights from the U.S. Senate debate between incumbent independent Bernie Sanders and Republican Gerald Malloy. During the debate, the candidates held very different views on many major policy issues, but on immigration, they both expressed a need to bolster border security.
Crime and drugs are pouring into Vermont from northern and southern borders. It's actually time to take action against Mexico and China and start supporting our law enforcement community related to fentanyl. Well, if we need immigration laws to change, then we should change them. But to answer your question, no, I am actually not in favor of trying to deport every single illegal immigrant that's entered this country, that whatever that number is, 10, 20 million. I'm not in favor of that. So there are some areas where I differ from President Trump on this, but what I don't differ on with is actually trying to secure the border. That hasn't happened in 34 years in my opponent's time in Congress. It's a disgrace.
It goes without saying that we need to strengthen our borders. People should not be coming across the border illegally, and I support absolutely increasing the amount of manpower and the kind of technology that we need to stop people coming across our borders illegally. On the other hand, we have people in this country who have been in this country for decades, who have worked hard, kids who have come over at the age of 1 or 2, serving in the military. They are teachers now, they're professionals, they're serving their communities. The idea that they would be deported is clearly unacceptable to me, and many of them need a path towards citizenship.
Bernie Sanders criticized Gerald Malloy's support for former President Donald Trump. Malloy pushed back with his own critiques of the current Democratic administration.
Just out of curiosity, why are you supporting Donald Trump for president?
I'm supporting President Trump for president because I've looked at what the progressive left has done and you're part of that, for the last 4 years. We've had 40-year high inflation, record high gas prices. We have 2 new wars. We have a wide open southern border. No one's traveled around Vermont more than I have for the last 2.5 years. I've probably met 75,000 Vermonters. We have a fentanyl crisis right here, right now. Congress is not doing anything about it. You've been a member of Congress for 34 years. You watch this. People are dying. Okay, it's time for action, not inaction.
You didn't answer the question. And the question is that you have an individual who lies all of the time.
Your opinion.
Not in my opinion.
Yes, it is in your opinion.
Really?
Yes.
All right. Do you think...
And I don't think you should be calling him a liar.
He has some time to
that kind
respond.
of rhetoric has led to 2 assassination
Hold
attempts.
it. I do not, you're looking at somebody who's never run a negative ad in the state of Vermont. I don't believe...
You call people pathological liars.
And you know why? Because he's a pathological liar.
How about somebody that makes
Do you have a
same
follow-up
promises
question?
for 40 years and never delivers on them?
All right, we're trying to have
a pathological liar.
We're trying to have a debate here, not a shouting contest. Yeah. Do you have a follow-up question?
Well, my follow-up question is that Donald Trump fomented an insurrection to prevent the peaceful transfer of power for the first time in American history. Do you think that's appropriate?
I will certify the election when I'm a United States Senator. I've spoken many times. People that broke the law should be tried and have been tried and prosecuted for breaking the law.
But he fomented that insurrection.
The candidates also found some common ground during the lightning round on issues like term limits and expanding the Supreme Court.
Should the federal government institute term limits on members of Congress? Senator Sanders?
We have term limits. It's called an election. People want to vote me out, I'm out. It's true for anybody.
Gerald Malloy?
He's right. I will look at term limits, though. I'll consider it.
Should the Supreme Court be expanded from its current 9-seat bench, Gerald Malloy?
Absolutely not. That disrupts the fabric of our U.S. Constitution. No need to do that.
I'm not in favor of expanding the Supreme Court, but the Constitution provides life tenure for a federal judge, not necessarily on the Supreme Court. So I think we can look at rotating judges and create a fairer situation.
Should Congress ban assault rifles? Gerald Malloy?
No, I support the Second Amendment.
I support the Second Amendment. Yes, Congress should have banned assault weapons because these are weapons designed not for hunting, but to kill human beings in a military fashion, large numbers of people in a short period of time. I support the banning of them.
Last question here. What should the federal minimum wage be, Senator Sanders?
Well, as the guy who's introduced the legislation on that, I think it should be at least $17 an hour.
And Gerald Malloy?
I am not in favor of modifying the federal minimum wage. Folks need to get outside and take a look. Any McDonald's is hiring people $15 to $20 an hour right now.